Hey everybody, Jay here from Modern Mississauga, and today we're taking a look at the all-new 2017 Jeep Compass. If you're a little confused like I was when I picked up the car, the outgoing model was a 2017, the new model is a 2017. The Compass is a global brand sold in over 4 continents, 100 countries, so they wanted to keep the consistency that way. Compass replaces the old Compass, which is the 2017, and that ridiculous Patriot, which, anyways. The side profile looks really sharp, kind of like a small Grand Cherokee, and I think that's the look they're going after at Jeep. Front end looks beautiful as well. 7 slots, your regular lights, your fog lights, and your in-between lights, which will activate, at least on this model, on this trim, which is the north. When you turn left, the light highlights. When you turn right, the right light highlights. Gives you a little extra vision. So the front end looks really sharp. Side profile looks great. Rims are nice and plain, which is exactly what I love in rims that don't need them to be multi-spoked and spokes upon spokes upon spokes. Again, nice, clean, traditional Jeep look. It's not quite rugged like a Wrangler, but you know, it still has a good look to it. Go around the rear. We'll take a look at the inside of the trunk once we're in some better light. But yeah, it's a good, clean, staple look here for the Jeep brand. And we'll just take a quick look around the passenger side, which is the exact same as the driver's side, just not in all that great light, but it gives you a kind of a cool idea of the silhouette that it casts. Anyways, we'll be right back taking a look at the inside. Back with the 2017 Jeep Compass North. A few Easter eggs that I discovered with a week of the car. First is a little Loch Ness monster on the rear of the vehicle, rear window. There's the overall look, and it's just to the right of the back wiper, so that's kind of cool. Dipping around the front, sorry for the wind guys. You lift up the driver's side mirror, also known as wiper. There's a little gecko, I think gecko thing, something. Anyways, there it is right by the VIN. I don't really know what that has to do with Jeep, but whatever. And the last one, which is what I found the first day I walked into the Jeep, I think that's Morse code. I don't know, but it's not consistent, so I think it's going to be an intentional thing. I'm not sure what it says. If anybody knows Morse code, feel free to flip me a note or share with us and tell us exactly what it is. There's a better look at it. Okay, we'll be right back with a proper look at the inside. And we're back with the 2017 Jeep Compass North. I just want to show you the rear of the vehicle. So there's your plastic, reversible cloth plastic liner. What Jeep has done, you just open that up that way, and you have 3 tiers as far as height of storage. I don't know why you'd put it at the top. I just did, just to kind of show you guys the 3 options. So there's the top, middle, and bottom. I presume, at least if it was me anyway, you'd want as much storage all the time. So lift that up, that's the difference. Yeah, anyway, so that's that. I'll put that back there, and another cool little, not quite Easter egg, but there's the front grille as well. Take a look at the rear seats. I have them folded down. They don't fold flat, as you can see. They kind of go up. I guess that's a better way to look at it. But put them back like that. Your center armrest turns into a cup holder. Yeah, cool patterns in the seats as well. They're pretty comfortable. No big complaints here on that. And the rear on this package, you get an extra USB and an extra 115 volt directional heat. And we'll just shut that and climb into the cabin where it's nice and warm. Right off the bat, I love that this slides. The right armrest, very cool. A couple of cup holders, your automatic parking brake. Auto start stop on this. It's kind of jarring when it's activated from a stop when you're at a light or whatever. Yes, I know it's to save fuel, but I keep it off. I can't be bothered with it personally. There's your gear shift, pretty standard. Park, reverse, neutral, drive, just the way it should be. None of those silly paddle shifters. Sorry. Right here, I'm just gonna put it into drive for a sec. I'm not moving, as you can tell. Definitely still. But there's your options for auto, snow, sand, and mud. So you got I keep it in auto, at least for the week we've had in late, actually mid-November. USB auxiliary and your 12-volt DC in there. I don't like how low the HVAC stuff is. It makes it easy, or not so easy, sorry, to find exactly what you want. It's not hard by any means, but at least if it was up a little bit, I think Jeep could have thrown the volume knob and the tuner browse scroll knob up here somewhere, effectively lifting this whole aspect up. Your four ways could have gone up here. You don't need a mute button when you have the power button. To me, that's pretty silly. And the parking controls on and off, that could be put as one of the screen options as well. Yeah, that's just me. I think it's too low. And one thing I don't like about it, so I'm going to put it off. I try to have as much of a gentle hand as possible. So right now it's off, nothing's on. Just to show you there, climate is off. I'm going to like barely touch it, and keep your eye on the screen. So a finger, I can't even use the right words. I barely touched it and it went straight up to 4, which means I've got to dial it back down to 1, which is what I want. I'll try it again. So off it is. Oops, where's the off? Come on, off. Off, there we go. So a gentle touch, and it goes on to 2. So it's a little overly finicky for me. But that's, maybe I'm nitpicking. This is the 8.4-inch screen, which is the upgraded screen here. The regular one comes with, I believe, a 5-inch screen. And you get all sorts of stuff to work with the controls. I don't like how I have to go into this and then push another button if I want my seat heated twice, or it's actually 3 touches if I just want a little bit of heat on my seat. Same thing for the passenger, same thing for the wheel. I would have much rather they put a couple of buttons here. Just it's an extra step, it's not necessary. The ways to manipulate the climate is you can either go this way and choose face and feet, or the windshield and your feet. You could also do that to get into that as well. It's a lot of extra steps that are not necessary. Alternatively, there's a mode button here that does the exact same thing. So that is your windshield and feet, face, feet. Extra steps unnecessary. Doesn't earn any extra marks for me. As far as the apps go, that's another way to get to it as well, and you kind of navigate your way through there for your audio settings, regular settings, your controls, whatever it is. We'll just touch the controls, and again, that's just another way to get into that menu as well. So that's that, and we'll put it back to the radio. As most of you know, some of you know, I shouldn't be so presumptuous, the audio controls for the steering wheel are on the back of the wheel. So I'm just going to open up the door for a quick sec, sorry for the wind. And right there is the up channel, down channel, and you push straight in, that's your preset. If you're sorry, that lets you scroll through your presets. And there's the same thing here. I don't know if I can get it. No, that's just a whole lot of dark. Oh, no, there it is. That's your volume up, volume down, and mute as well. Sorry, not mute, that's your choosing your options. Take a quick look at the dash here. Pretty self-explanatory. Your RPMs on your left, your speeds on your right, your gas gauge and heat gauge are in the middle, and you can move around through the steering wheel controls to get different information from here. Having a really hard time with the compass and fuel efficiency. I've only done 270 kilometers and I'm at 1/4 of a tank left, so I've gone through pretty much exactly 75% of the fuel. I was at the mid-13s all week for combined city and highway driving. I did a fairly longish trip from here to Mississauga to North York and back this morning, and that lowered it. But you know, there's really no reason I should be at 270 kilometers and have burnt through only 3/4 of the tank. Official fuel economy figures, and I'll show you right here what it says. Combined 9.5, 10.8 city, 7.8 highway. I've had no one in the car. I've had nothing in the car. The car has been as light as it possibly can be. So yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that. Anyways, I digress, as they say. Cruise control stuff is here. Your lights are here. Never set it to auto, always keep it on. in and out for your fog lights. The wipers are a little weird as well because I'll show you, I'll just touch it up, and that's kind of your mist, or your one-off one. But you got to turn this to get the full effect. So that's your high, that slows it down to low, that's intermittent 2, intermittent 1, and off. And the middle ring, I'll show you there. Can we see it? Yeah, that's the back wiper. I would have been much happier had it been just a simple down, 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 down for the front, and this one controlling the rear. Anyways, it's not hard to use, it's just a little cumbersome at times. Quick run through on the power. So this has the 2.4 liter Tiger Shark engine, inline 4-cylinder, 9-speed automatic. It's still really a 6-speed. The 3 top gears are more for overdrive. 180 horse, 175 pound-feet of torque. It's not fast. It's also not slow, but I would have liked to have 20-30 more horsepower and a little more torque. Engine's a little loud. It's a little loud in the cabin when you're ramping up and getting up to highway speeds here. You can get a manual in the base model, which is the Sport. The North is what we're looking at now, and that is the second. Trailhawk is third, and the Limited trim is the very top of the ladder. So they've jammed this one full of options. So list price is $28,395 on the website for the 2018. This 2017, I'll show you the list price here, $29,400. So the base price has actually gone down by about $1,000. So let's call it 30 for a nice easy number, and that gets you the automatic transmission and your cloth seats. Keyless entry with push button start. It's got an automatic starter as well, but there's so many options they've jammed in. It's the cold weather group, which gets you heated seats in the front, windshield wiper deicer, heated wheel, and all-weather floor mats, $795. For $895, they throw in rain sensing wipers, park sense, rear park assist, blind spot monitoring, and the rear cross path detection. At $895. Navigation, $700. The popular equipment group for $995. That's your 7-inch customizable display up front here. That is the premium cabin air filter, 8-way driver seat, which is power, 6-way passenger, which is manual. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Love it, love it, love it. I don't know if it's worth the $995 for all of it when it's starting to become standard fare. You got to pay $14.95 to get that 9-speed automatic transmission. That's a lot. The stop-start dual battery system is also part of that. 18-inch rims, $695. Backup camera, $475. The way the car is totally spec'd overall, we're hitting a very high $37,395 when you might be more inclined to jump in the Limited trim, which has pretty much everything, for $34,895 instead of getting a base, or not a base model, a non-fully jammed model, and going through the option sheet and ticking off a whole bunch of stuff. I think that'll wrap up the review for the car. I like it overall. It's not a bad vehicle. No one's going to take this thing off-roading. People will do that in their Wranglers and the Rubicons. It's good to know you can. I'm going to throw a high number, like maybe 90 to 85% of people will just keep this for asphalt, and that's fine. The car gets you up to speed when it needs to. It's a little loud during the process, but it still gets the job done. It's comfortable. It's a little narrow. And I'll just quickly jump out, and hopefully that'll give you a bit of an indication. I'm not sure if it will. The seats aren't narrow, but they're very close together, and there's not a whole lot of space between the door and the seat. So just to kind of show you that, it's I don't know, it feels narrow. I know maybe it's just me. But yeah, overall it's thankfully they've redone it. It's a good entry into the segment. Yeah, so that wraps it up. If you have any questions on the 2017 new Jeep Compass North 4x4, let me know in the comments. Flip me an email at j@modernmississauga.com. Or there's social media aspects as well if you want to reach me. Thank you for watching, and we will be back sooner than later with our next review. Thank you so much, everybody.